Welcome to the Deep Dive. This is where we take the sources you send us and, well, we dive in.
We sift through it all to find the key takeaways.
Exactly. And today's mission comes from a listener suggestion. It's a short story called Hans.
Yeah, this one's a bit different for us. Usually it's articles, maybe research papers.
Right. But for Hans, we're taking a slightly unusual approach. We're going to read it sentence by sentence, word for word, actually.
And we'll be offering our, let's say, candid interpretations along the way, hopefully with a bit of humor.
Think of it like a super close reading. We're getting right under the skin of the language here.
And the language in Hans is, well, it's something else. Very direct, very unapologetic in its vocabulary.
Yeah, you could say that. So our goal isn't just to tell you the plot, but to really look at the words. Why these words? Why this order?
And maybe find some dark humor in just how intense it all is. It's going to be quite the encounter.
Okay, consider yourselves warned. Let's dive in. Sentence number 1.
Hit us with it.
Es war einmal ein kleines Dorf, in dem ein Scheißkerl namens Hans lebte.
Okay, word for word.
There was once a small village in which a shit fellow named Hans lived.
Wow. Okay.
So it starts like a fairy tale, once upon a time.
Right, the classic opening.
Yeah.
Small village,
Yeah.
and then bam, Scheiß girl, shit fellow.
No messing around. We know exactly who Hans is supposed to be from the get-go.
It's that contrast, isn't it? The idyllic setting, and then this incredibly crude introduction. It completely subverts your expectations.
Makes you wonder if that's the point. Like maybe unpleasantness lurks everywhere. Or maybe the author just wanted to get straight to it.
Could be. You certainly can't fault the efficiency.
Definitely not. Okay, sentence 2. Hans war ein echter Arschloch, ein Wichser, der jeden im Dorf mit seinen fiesen Kommentaren nervte.
Translation.
Hans was a real asshole, a wanker, who annoyed everyone in the village with his nasty comments.
So they're really doubling down.
Tripling down, maybe. From shitfellow to asshole and wanker in just the second sentence.
The author is clearly not aiming for subtlety here. It's like they're establishing a baseline of extreme unpleasantness right away.
And it specifies why people don't like him. It's his nasty comments.
That's interesting, actually. It's not just his personality, it's his actions. It hints at the conflict to come.
Yeah.
What kind of comments were these, you know?
You can only imagine. Okay, setting the stage. Sentence 3. Eines Tages beschloss die Drecksau von nebenan, eine Futze namens Gertrud, so richtig aufzuziehen.
Oh boy, break it down.
Word for word. One day decided he, the dirt sow from next door, a cunt named Gertrude, really properly to wind up.
Dirt sow and the other one.
Right. So Hans isn't just generally annoying, he's actively deciding to target his neighbor, Gertrude.
And the language used for Gertrude is just as potent.
Yeah. Puts their neighborly relationship in perspective, doesn't it? Frosty is probably an understatement.
What strikes me is the intent.
Yeah.
He decided. It wasn't accidental, it's premeditated antagonism.
And by describing Gertrude so harshly right away, it kind of sets them up as equals in unpleasantness.
Exactly. No clear good guy here.
Not so far. Sentence 4. Du Hurensohn, rief sie ihm entgegen, als sie eine Pissenelke nannte.
Okay.
Translation. You son of a whore, she shouted at him in response, as he her a piss dandelion called.
Piss dandelion.
Piss dandelion, that's what it says.
Huh. Well, Gertrude certainly doesn't hold back either. Immediate, equally vulgar retaliation.
It's like they speak the same language fluently.
And, you know, amidst all the really harsh terms, piss dandelion almost sounds quaint or maybe just bizarre.
Maybe a very specific kind of insult. Is there some dark humor there, you think?
It's hard to tell, but the sheer oddness of it makes you wonder.
Okay, sentence 5. Hans grinste nur, sein Arschgesicht leuchtete vor Schadenfreude.
Word for word again?
Hans grin only. His ass face glowed with Schadenfreude.
Ass face, right.
So he's loving this. He provoked her, she reacted, and he's literally glowing with pleasure at her anger.
Schadenfreude taking pleasure in someone else's misfortune and describing his face as an ass face while it's glowing. That's quite an image.
It really paints a picture, doesn't it? A very unflattering one. Zero remorse.
Mission accomplished for Hans, apparently.
She's like it. Sentence 6. Gertrude, die eigentlich ein Missstück war, ließ sich das nicht gefallen.
Which translates to?
Gertrude, who actually a piece of crap was, didn't let herself that please, or, more naturally. Gertrude, who was actually a piece of crap, wasn't having it.
So the narrator steps in.
Yeah, just to make sure we know Gertrude isn't exactly Snow White either, confirms her own charming personality.
That's important, I think. It stops you from siding with her just because Hans is so awful. It levels the playing field.
So it's not good versus evil.
No, it's more like awful versus also awful.
Uh-huh.
A clash of unpleasant titans.
Ready for sentence 7. It takes a turn.
Go on.
Sie schimpfte ihn einen Fickfehler und ein Dreckschwein, während sie mit einem Kotzbrocken nach ihm warf.
Okay. Word for word.
She cursed him a screw-up and a dirt pig, while she with a vomit lump after him threw.
What vomit lump?
Vomit lump. We've officially gone physical and biological.
Wow, okay, that's visceral. So insults weren't enough, now it's projectiles.
And what a projectile. Screw up almost sounds tame now, doesn't it?
It really does. This marks a definite escalation. It's not just words anymore.
Things are getting messy, literally. Sentence 8. Hans, der Schwanzlutscher, bückte sich und lachte. Du Drecksfutze kannst mich mal?
Translation.
Hans, the cocksucker, ducked himself and laughed. You dirt cunt can me once. Which is basically, you dirt cunt can kiss my ass.
So he dodges the vomit lump
Yep.
and laughs and insults her again.
No sign of wanting to de-escalate here. He seems to be thriving on this chaos.
Almost like a performance, isn't it? Dodging, laughing, throwing back an even cruder insult. He's fully committed.
Committed to being terrible, yeah. Which brings us to sentence 9. Das war der Moment, in dem der Arschficker zu weit ging.
Hang on. That was the moment.
Word for word, that was the moment in which the assfucker too far went.
After the insults, the targeted provocation, the vomit lump, now he's gone too far, according to the narrator.
Apparently. It does make you wonder, what's the threshold here? What invisible line did Du Drecksfuts ganz Mikima cross that the previous stuff didn't?
It feels almost arbitrary, doesn't it? Or maybe there's some village code of conduct we're missing. A very, very specific one.
Perhaps. Okay, sentence 10 is where the consequences kick in. Der Scheißhaufen, der sich sein Leben nannte, brach über ihm zusammen, als Gertrud den Volltrottel mit einem Wurstkopfschlag zur Raison brachte.
That sounds dramatic. Let's have the literal version.
The shit pile, which himself his life called, broke over him together, as Gertrude, the complete idiot, with a sausage head blow to reason brought.
Sausage head blow.
Sausage head blow. So his life metaphorically collapses.
Right, the shit pile of his life.
And then Gertrude literally hits him with something described as a sausage head to bring him to reason.
Okay, the imagery there is just wild. His life collapsing, followed by being smacked with a sausage. You have to picture it. Where did she get a sausage? Was it handy? Was it hard?
These are the important questions. It's such a bizarre, darkly funny moment amidst all the swearing.
It really is. So does the sausage head blow work? Does it bring him to reason?
Let's see. Sentence 11. Doch Hans war ein Fickfresse mit einem Pimmelkopf und gab nicht auf.
Doesn't sound like it worked. Translation.
But Hans was a screw face with a dickhead and gave not up.
So no. Even after a sausage assault, he's still described in unflattering terms and, crucially, he didn't give up.
His resilience is almost something. You hit him with a sausage, he keeps going, still a screw face with a dickhead.
Stubborn if nothing else. The barrage of insults just continues defining him.
Right. Okay, sentence 12. Du Kackbratze, du Dummfutze. Brüllte während der Schweinepriester des Dorfes, ein Aschkriecher namens Pfarrer Lekarsch, dazwischen ging.
Oh, new character.
Yeah.
And, wow. Okay, translate, please.
You shit brat, you dumb cunt, he yelled, while the pig priest of the village, an ass crawler named Pastor Lickarse, intervened.
Pastor Lickarse.
Pastor Lickarse.
Yeah.
The pig priest and ass crawler.
So even the clergy gets dragged into this and gets described just as horribly. This village has no sacred cows, apparently.
Or sacred pigs, maybe? It says a lot about the general level of respect, doesn't it? You have to wonder how Pastor Lickarse earned that name.
Maybe it's better not to know. What does the good pastor do?
Sentence 13. Hört auf mit dem Scheißdreck, rief doch niemand hörte auf den Schwachkopf.
Translation?
Stop with the shit dirt, he cried, but no one listened to the weakhead.
Shit dirt. Even the peacemaker uses crude language.
Seems to be the local dialect. But his attempt fails, they ignore him, and the narrator calls him a weakhead.
So much for authority, spiritual or otherwise. Complete breakdown of order, chaos reigns.
Seems like it. And Hans's reaction, sentence 14. Der Blödarsch Hans spuckte nur aus und nannte ihn einen Hurenbock.
Literal, please.
The stupid-ass Hans spat only out and called him a whorebuck.
He spat at the priest and called him a whorebuck.
Yep, contemptuous spit, another lovely insult. Hans is an equal opportunity offender.
Wow, okay. He really is consistent. Consistently appalling.
You said it. But wait, there's more. Sentence 15. Da kam der Kackspecht Karl ins Spiel, ein Pisskopf mit einer Dreckskuh als Haustier.
Shit woodpecker, Carl.
Carl the shit woodpecker, also a pisshead, and the pièce de résistance. He has a dirt cow as a pet.
A dirt cow.
As a pet.
Apparently. Okay, we've officially gone off the rails into pure absurdity. A dirt cow. What does that even mean? What do you feed it?
Dirt, presumably. The story is just embracing the bizarre now.
Clearly, so Carl the shit woodpecker joins the fun.
He does. Sentence 16. Vertasch Hans, du Stinkstiefel, rief Karl und sein Wichsgesicht verzog sich zu einem Grinsen.
Let's hear it.
Vertasch Hans, you stinkboot, shouted Carl, and his jerk face contorted itself to a grin.
Jerk face.
Right.
And he's grinning.
Oh yeah, Carl is jumping right in with his own insults and seems delighted to be part of the action.
It feels like a mob mentality is building now, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's not just Hans versus Gertrude anymore. Others are piling on.
Maybe this is how they socialize in this village. How does Hans respond to Carl?
Let's find out.
Sentence 17. Hans, der Scheißwicht, zeigte ihm den Mittelfinger und brüllte. Tittenarsch, halt dein Fickniesmaul.
Translation.
Hans, the shit wretch, showed him the middle finger and yelled, tit ass, shut your screw nose mouth.
Tit ass. Screw nose mouth.
Yep. He adds the universal gesture of contempt and fires back with more anatomically creative insults.
The insults are getting stranger and stranger. Screw nose mouth. It's quite something. The aggression is palpable, verbal, and non-verbal.
He's really leaning into the body part insults. How does Carl take it?
Sentence 18. Carl? Ein Drecksmal und Klugscheißer. Konterte. Du Arschkeks, du Kackfrosch.
Okay.
Carl, a dirt mouth and smart shitter, retorted. You ass cookie, you shit frog.
Ass cookie, shit fuck.
Ass cookie and shit shrug.
Where does the author even come up with these? It's reached peak absurdity now, surely.
It's almost performance art at this point, isn't it? A competition in bizarre vulgarity.
Right.
They're so outlandish, they're almost funny in a very dark way.
You kind of have to admire the sheer dedication to it, but the situation deteriorates further. Sentence 19. Die Situation wurde immer schlimmer. Ein Schwanzgesicht namens Peter mischte sich ein und nannte Hans einen Dreckspinner.
Another one. Peter the penis face.
Peter the penis face, yes. He mixed himself in and called Hans a dirt bum.
So the crowd grows, the insults keep coming.
Yeah.
It's just a vortex of negativity pulling everyone in.
Like a really unpleasant party that no one wants to leave. A horrible flash mob of swearing.
What about the original fighters?
They're still going.
Yeah?
Sentence 20. Gertrude schrie, Herzenknecht du Pissflische, während Hans sie eine Arschmad und Scheißlatte nannte.
Okay.
Gertrude yelled, Cunt servant, you piss squirt, while Hans called her an ass maggot and shit rat.
Caught servant. Piss squirt. Ass maggot. Shit rat. Good grief.
They haven't run out of steam. The core conflict just keeps cycling back with fresh insults.
It's relentless.
Yeah.
They just keep finding new ways to be awful to each other.
And the projectiles make a comeback. Sentence 21. Der Schwanzkasper, Karl, warf eine Kackwurst nach Hans, der mit einer Drecksnase antwortete. Fixan, du Arschbacke.
Oh, Kackwurst. A shit sausage.
A shit sausage. Carl the penis clown throws it. Hans, described as having a dirt nose, replies with, Screw tooth, you ass cheek.
First a vomit lump, then a sausage head, now a shit sausage. The choice of weaponry is truly inspired.
You have to wonder about the logistics. Were these items readily available?
And Hans just takes it and fires back verbally. Screw tooth. Ass cheek. He's unflappable.
Almost. Sentence 22 brings a moment of physical comedy, maybe.
Lopen Hans stolperte über einen Scheißficker von Stein und fiel auf seine Pimmelfresser-Schnauz.
Even the stone is described offensively.
Apparently, idiot Hans tripped over a screwfucker of a stone and fell on his dick-eater snout.
Dick-eater snout. Okay, it's like the whole environment is infused with this negativity.
And he falls. A clumsy, undignified tumble. Is it karma? Maybe a little bit. Crude karma. How does Gertrude react?
Predictably. Sentence 23. Ein Kackgesicht wie hatte das verdient, dachte Gertrude, die als Drecksarsch bekannt war.
Translation.
A shit-faced like him had that deserved, thought Gertrude, who as Dirtass known was.
So, zero sympathy. And a reminder that she's known as Dirtass.
Exactly. No empathy
Yes,
here.
there are.
Just satisfaction at his misfortune, confirming the general lack of any redeeming qualities in anyone.
It's a village united by mutual unpleasantness.
And it seems to be hereditary. Sentence 24. Ihre Hurentochter, Lisa, lachte. Wich Spimmel, du Scheißtrampe.
Her daughter, Lisa.
Gertrude's whore-daughter, Lisa, yes. She laughs and calls Hans, jerk-off prick, you shit clumsy.
Wow. So even the children are fluent in this local vernacular.
The apple doesn't fall far from the Drexar's tree, it seems. It's quite grim, really.
Normalized vulgarity passed down through generations, cheerful stuff. Does Hans stay down?
Of course not. Sentence 25. Hans, das Aschvieh, rapperte sich auf und brüllte. Fickfotze, du Dreckslappen.
Let's hear it.
Hans, the ass cattle, picked himself up and yelled, "Screw cunt, you dirt rag."
Ass cattle. Right. He gets up and immediately starts shouting insults again.
He is nothing if not persistent. Persistent and foul-mouthed.
A true monument to vulgarity. What happens next?
An alliance forms. Sentence 26. Der Pisslappen Karl und das Kackhund Gertrud verbündeten sich gegen den Schwanzhund Hans.
Piss Rag Carl and Shit Chicken Gertrude against Penis Dog Hans.
That's the lineup, an alliance forged in their mutual hatred of Hans.
It's a perverse kind of community building, isn't it? Finding common ground and shared animosity even when you're a piss rag and a shit chicken.
Misery and creative insults love company. And how do they attack?
Sentence 27. Fatzenson du Aschpfeif. Riefen sie im Chor.
In chorus.
Cunt, son, you ass-pipe. They shouted in chorus.
Synchronized swearing. That's a new level.
It really emphasizes the piling on aspect. Hans is seriously outnumbered now, facing a united front of vulgarity.
A linguistic assault. How does Hans handle the two-on-one?
Sentence 28. Der Scheißkopf Hans flugte zurück. Drecksbock, ihr Wichsaffe.
Still fighting.
The shithead Hans cursed back. Dirt buck, you jerk-off ape.
Dirt buck. Jerk-off egg, he's still got insults left, even now.
He's going down swinging, verbally at least. Total commitment to the cause of profanity.
But is it enough? Sentence 29. Doch der Fickasch hatte keine Chance. Die Packbratwurst Karl und das Pissgesicht Gertrud trieben ihn aus dem Dorf.
The inevitable conclusion.
But the screw-ass had no chance. The shitbratwurst Karl and the piss-face Gertrude drove him out of the village.
Shitbratwurst Karl and piss-face Gertrude. Okay, so he's banished.
Driven out by the dynamic duo, justice, village style, served crude.
And probably about time, maybe. Where does he end up?
Sentence 30. Am Ende saß Hans der Arschzahn allein im Wald.
Ass-tooth.
Ass-tooth. At the end sat Hans the ass-tooth, alone in the forest.
Complete isolation. A bleak end for a bleak character. Even in solitude, he's still defined by these terms.
And it seems the forest isn't exactly welcoming either. Sentence 31. Ein Scheißvogel zwitscherte über dem Dumarsch, während ein Fickspecht auf ihn einhackte.
Even the birds. A shitbird and a screw woodpecker.
A shitbird chirped above the dumbass, while a screw woodpecker pecked at him.
It's like nature itself is joining in the abuse. His unpleasantness has contaminated everything. He is truly rejected by the world.
Persona non grata, even to the wildlife. Sentence 32 gives us a final character summary. Der Drecksfresser Hans, ein Schwanzarsch mit einer Kackfatzel Seele, heulte vor Wut.
Oh my, translate that monstrosity.
The dirt eater Hans, a penis ass with a shit cunt as a soul, howled with rage.
A shit cunt as a soul.
Oh.
Kind of comprehensive.
It really sums up the author's view, doesn't it? Consumed by rage, not remorse. A fittingly unpleasant end portrait.
Not exactly hitting the redemption arc hard there.
Not even close. Sentence 33 is blunt. Die Pissbratze hatte verloren.
Short and not sweet.
The piss brat had lost. Simple, direct, vulgar, final.
No ambiguity at all. He lost. What about the winners?
Oh, they celebrate. Sentence 34. Die Arscher Gertrud und der Scheißlutscher Karl feierten ihren Sieg mit einem Fotzenfickertanz.
They celebrated with a what now?
The asshole Gertrude and the shitsucker Karl celebrated their victory with a cunt-fucker dance.
A cunt-fucker dance.
Yeah.
That image is something else. Grotesque, darkly funny maybe, but mostly just underscores that nobody comes out of this looking good. The victors are just as awful.
A celebration perfectly matched the conflict. But is it truly over for Hans? Sentence 35. Der Dreckstyp Hans schwor Rache, hast Wichskopf, Kacknes, ihr Arschwein, murmelte er.
Of course he swore revenge.
The dirt type Hans swore revenge. Jerkhead, shit-nose, you ass pig, he muttered. More insults, naturally.
No self-reflection, just immediate thoughts of vengeance. The cycle continues. He hasn't learned a thing.
Some people really don't change. Sentence 36 drives home his isolation. Doch der Scheißpenner blieb allein, ein Fickdreck und Pisswurm, verstoßen von der Drecksnutte Gertrud und dem Schwanzfotze Karl.
Let's have the final roll call of nicknames.
But the shitbum remained alone. A screwdirt and pissworm, banished by the dirt whore Gertrude and the penis cunt Karl.
Screw dirt and pissworm.
Yeah.
Banished by dirt whore and penis cunt. It's bleak. Utterly bleak, and everyone remains defined by these horrible terms.
A truly uplifting story, isn't it? The final images are just as charming. Sentence 37.
Der Kaklutscher Hans starrte in den Himmel, sein Arschfesse verzerrte vor Hass.
More great descriptions.
This shitsucker Hans stared into the sky, his asshole face contorted with hate.
Just pure, unresolved anger and resentment. That's the lasting impression. No peace found here.
None at all, just bitterness. Sentence 38, his final whisper. Scheißlach, flüsterte er, während der Wichsack sein Schicksal verfluchte.
Fitting.
Shit asshole, he whispered while Jerksack cursed his fate. Self-pitying and offensive to the last breath.
It perfectly encapsulates him, doesn't it? Consistent, if nothing else.
And the absolute final word from the narrator, sentence 39. Und so endete die Geschichte des Drecksfurzenarsch Hans ein elendes Ende für ein elendes Leben.
Wow, okay. And so ended the story of the Dirt Kundas Hans, a miserable end for a miserable life.
No pulling punches right to the very last word. A clear, harsh judgment.
And that's Hans. Phew. Well, there you have it. Our sentence-by-sentence tour through, well, whatever that was.
That was an experience. The sheer volume and creativity of the language is something else.
It really is. So after wading through all that, what do you even make of it? What's the point of a story like this?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? Is it satire? Is it just trying to shock? Is it holding up a dark, distorted mirror to, I don't know, human conflict stripped bare?
Or maybe it's just an exercise in seeing how many incredibly rude words you can pack into one narrative.
Could be. It definitely makes you think about language, though. Does hearing this much vulgarity numb you to it? Does it highlight absurdity?
Or does it just become noise after a while? It's hard to say. It certainly sticks with you, though, for better or worse.
It does. Perhaps it's just a reminder that stories can explore the absolute depths of unpleasantness. And language is a powerful, if sometimes brutal, tool for doing that.
Well, thanks for joining us on this particularly pungent deep dive. You never know quite what treasures or horrors lurk in the sources you send us.
Keep them coming. We're always curious to see what we'll uncover next.